I need.
Dream up a world of pirates, climb the highest tree, fall down. Mama, I'm fine, don't worry. Go back out to sea, sail home, sweet home, where the ships must go to get all cleaned up and put away.
Hello, good day, good afternoon. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing okay. I am here doing the Facebook English Live, stepping in for my team as they are not available. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Nicole, and I am one of the advocates / supervisor here at Galt. You guys usually don't see me on the English Live. You guys usually, for the bilingual people, usually see me on the Spanish Live. That's where what I do predominantly here on Facebook. Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing?
This is in Spanish.
This is in Spanish.
It says bienvenidos
Oh,
live de hoy.
oh my gosh, you scared me. I thought I was on the Spanish page. Whew. I got scared for a second. All right, let's switch this. Okay, there we go. How about I teach you guys some Spanish? Yeah, we'll put the Spanish banner back on. I'm just kidding. Alrighty, how's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing well on this Friday. Now that the temperature is getting warmer, it's getting a little bit hotter here. But yeah, so that was my quick introduction for you guys, and so I will begin. Today, I am going to be talking about vacations, answering some common questions that we get in regards to SSI or IHSS vacations, what to do, how to prepare for that. And then I have a list of recommendations for you guys that I would love to share, of places that are special needs friendly. There are different types of spots. So there are theme parks, there are zoos, aquariums, museums, cultural centers, a little bit of everything. And I look for it all over the state. So there's going to be, locations in SoCal, in Central California, and then in North California as well. So kind of all over the place, to give you guys all different options. And also, if you guys want to travel a little bit out of your area, that's definitely an option for you guys. Alrighty, so let's begin. So usually when it comes to preparing for your vacation time, you want to make sure that you always let your social worker know, and this is specifically for IHSS. If you're going to take time off, you need to let your social worker know. You need to contact the county and let them know, like, hey, I'm going to be out on vacation for X amount of days or X amount of weeks. You just have to make sure you don't go above 30 days, because if you go past the 30 days, they will close your case. You're not allowed to be out of the state or out of your home, in a sense, for more than 30 days. From then, yeah, you'll run the risk of getting your case closed. But usually, and you can, when you're on vacation, you're allowed to claim time as long as the recipient is with you. So for example, if you are the provider for your child and you're going on family vacation, then you can still work, because Like if they have protective supervision or you're having to do their personal care, whether it's bathing, dressing, feeding, whatever it is, they you're still working, right? So you can still claim your hours. You just have to let them know that you're out on vacation, and then yeah, those details always get asked. I know that there was also always some discrepancy in regards to vacation, but those are the regulations. 30 days max of vacation. Let them know before you leave, and then also let them know when you come back. And yeah, that's the main rule for IHSS that we wanted to share with you guys, and also with the programs too. If they're receiving respite, if they're receiving ABA, whatever other therapies in the home, let them know that you will be out of town, and then to resume therapies back when they're back. I don't think there's necessarily I don't know if there's like timelines, like windows how IHSS has to be able to be out of the home. But yeah. All right, so one common question that we receive is, how long can I be out of the country on vacation without losing my SSI? So for SSI is the exact same time frame as IHSS, 30 days. You can be outside of the country for 30 days, 30 consecutive days without losing your SSI benefits. And okay, so yeah, so technically for SSI purposes, what counts as outside of the US are include any country other than the 50 states, the District of Columbia, US territories, such as Puerto Rico, Guam, Virgin Islands, are considered outside the US and can trigger the suspension rule. So those are the areas that are, outside. So if you're in Hawaii, in any of the states here in the US, you're fine. Just remember you have only 30 days, and you have to return. You can reinstate your benefits, but you must return, back to the US. So back to your home, and then the benefits will resume in the month after the 30-day presence requirement is met. So if you are out and you say you got stuck because there was a storm or something and you weren't able to come back, and you went over by like 4 days, and you finally come back, they have you wait a 30-day wait time. So you have to be back at your home for 30 days, and then they'll reinstate your benefit for SSI specifically. All right, we have a question. Let's see. Kathina said, can you get more overtime hours if you're on vacation with your child and have protective supervision? More overtime hours? No, it'll be the same. So let's say if you have 200 hours of IHSS, 160 is considered regular pay, and so that means the 40 extra hours is going to be overtime. So it doesn't necessarily change your overtime or change the way you're receiving your hours. Everything still stays the same. And yeah, because I mean, even if you're on vacation, it unfortunately doesn't change anything, but it'll still be the same. So yeah, so no, you can't get more overtime hours, but yeah, hopefully that helps. Alrighty, so on to our next question. Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing? Everybody that's coming in. Hi, my name is Nicole. Or was that our longtime watchers probably recognize me, but I don't really step in for English. I do a lot of Spanish. Hello. Alrighty, so continuing, the next question that we have is, can Regional Center pay for some of the activities we have planned for my special needs son while we are on vacation? The answer is yes. They can pay for certain services, including camping services and associated travel expenses and social recreational activities. So when it comes to the regional center covering some expenses, it still needs to fall under certain categories, I believe. So the, you know, service types can include the camping services are like day camps, overnight camps, as well as travel, social recreation activities, and non-medical therapies such as specialized recreation, art, dance, music can also be funded. Yeah, so you can always talk to them and let them know, be like, hey, we're going on vacation and I really want my son to take this art, you know, therapy class at in the area that we're going to be in. I think you probably, the way it works is oh, here we go. It literally tells me what are the steps. Funding requirements for the regional center to provide funding. The activities must help your son meet the goals outlined in his IPP. So like I was saying, right, it needs to fall under certain areas in order to cover. So if he has a goal that he needs to work on socializing, or just speech or communication or something along those lines, if any of those activities that you're planning on your vacation, if it falls under that or if it helps in those areas, then they can cover for that, right? Because they can't just be like, oh, he wants to, you know, go watch the movies. Like they're, you know, it has to be something that's aligned with his goals in his IPP. So whatever they're working on, for sure. The next thing, the activity cannot be out of state, right? No, I believe it has to be. What do you mean out of state? Like out of
Like if you're going
California?
on vacation in Montana, they're not gonna pay for your child to go to, let's say, the state fair.
No, unfortunately, if you're outside of the state, they can't cover because regional center only exists in California, so they can't cover anything that's outside of the state. So, but if you're, you know, you're from LA and you're up in San Francisco visiting the beach, or so your vacation is in San Francisco and you've seen some centers or art classes that are given in San Francisco or like in the surrounding cities, that definitely can work for you. But yeah, unfortunately it's only a California service, the regional center, so they can't cover anything that's outside of the state. And says to request funding for any of these services, you should contact your service coordinator to request an IPP meeting to discuss your son's needs and goals. The program or provider may also need to be vendored with the regional center. And yeah, but I've also seen, and don't quote me, but I have seen this a little bit where they, let's say if it was something that was pending to be approved or something like that, sometimes you can talk to them and see if they can reimburse you. I'm not too well-rounded in that, but it is a possibility. So you can always ask your regional center coordinator, see if that's a possibility too. Alrighty, and then another common question that we get is, what if IHSS puts my son's hours on hold, even though I as provider am traveling with them? Well, if you as a provider are traveling with your son, the recipient, the trip is for 30 days or less with the intent to return to the home country, your son is generally eligible for IHSS hours, right? So you have to come back to your home. Yes. So what should you do to make sure that you avoid this problem, right? So you don't have to worry about not being able to report your hours. One thing is that, like I said, always communicate with them, let them know that you're going to be out of your home, so on vacation. It doesn't even have to be like out of state, right? You're just a few hours in Yosemite or something like that. The social worker is supposed to inquire the trip's details, including the destination and dates. You know, like I was saying earlier, they're going to ask you where you're going, the dates, when you're coming back, and they're also going to verify when you come back. You know, they have to make sure that you're actually back. So what they do usually when you are on vacation, they put your hours on leave, meaning that the provider's hours are generally only put on leave if the recipient travels outside of the country, state, or county and the provider is not traveling with them. So if you are not going with your child, and let's say you're doing a solo trip because you just need a break from everything, you just need to get away, and your son is staying home with your husband or with his grandma or with another adult, you have to let them know, because you're not going to be able to work because you're not with the recipient, right? But to avoid issues, it is recommended that you contact your IHSS, your social worker or the public authority in advance to confirm that you have permission to claim hours while traveling. Like I said, after 30 days, the situation changes due to the SSI Medi-Cal regulations and could result in ending of IHSS. All of this is, it's all based on the SSI and Medi-Cal. So, and because of the funding, right? So if you are out for more than 30 days, you do run the risk. But like I said, in order to avoid your hours getting paused or you not being able to report your hours, just communicate with your social worker, let them know what's going on, and make sure that you're just transparent with them, because if not, you can run the risk of also getting investigated. You just don't want to be in situations that you don't need to be in, because they also see that, because if you're reporting hours and you're not with your child, that's fraud. So yeah, just be very transparent with your social worker and let them know what's going on. Heidi said, not all places are willing to reimburse any money. Oh, sorry. But money back, you have to ask prior to start any activities. Yes, thank you, Heidi. So yeah, like I was saying, just make sure you check in with them before. Be like, hey, I want to do this on vacation. Is it going to be possible to reimburse? Because it has to be approved, an approved reimbursement. So like it's just like our jobs too. Like I can't just assume that if I, go out and buy something, or if I take my team on a lunch, meeting, that my supervisor or that my boss is going to reimburse me, right? So you always, like, just in general with reimbursements, right, make sure that you get it approved before, to make sure that you don't lose out on the money, because it's not, then it was just your expenses. Thank you, Heidi. That definitely is a good reminder, because I know you've probably dealt with the regional center quite a bit. So, and Heidi's very knowledgeable. So thank you for sharing that. Rosa says, IHSS cut protective revision because my son is in college, and said that he is alone while is in school. But I took him to school and waited in the parking lot until he's out to pick him up. So there is some gray area when kids are in college and they're receiving protective supervision. Unfortunately, if there is no aid with them or someone that's actually doing the protective supervision for him, and he is left alone in the classroom and is able to be alone in the classroom, then yes, you do run a risk of getting protective supervision taken away, because he's technically able to be alone. I know that there is a window that, someone can be left alone while receiving protective supervision. I just can't remember what that window is. Here, let me do some research real quick. Let's see. I think it's 30 minutes. Pause.
Pause what?
That's because I'm looking up the MPP of this is saying they're just required recipient to be left alone. Yeah, I think it might be 30 minutes. I was trying to figure out what's the maximum time that someone can be left alone when receiving protective supervision. But I know it's not a long period. I think it might be, if my memory is correct, I believe it's 30 minutes. So Teresa's gonna help me out with this. But I'll come back to you, Rosa. But yeah, unfortunately, Rosa, if he is if he's in a 2-hour class and he can be completely alone in there, then yeah, it's unfortunate, but they will take away protective revision because he's alone in the classroom. It's different if he had support from the disability department from the school and he had someone in the classroom with him, or even if it's another student, like if he has a friend and you tell him like, hey, can you supervise him while you guys are in the classroom, that counts as someone, helping you with the protective revision portion of it. Sometimes you have to get a little bit creative. But that's one way to kind of make sure that he is being taken care of and he doesn't run the risk of losing his protective revision. It's definitely asking someone or a staff or anything like that, and maybe have a letter written saying so and so is watching him during the classrooms, during lecture in this classroom, or because then like that it's so risky. Alrighty. Kuta says, hi, my son has a reassessment for IHSS next week. He currently has a paramedical service. He is now 4 services. I'm going to reapply for protective revision for him again. We're having letters from doctors, ABA, mid-level school observation report, letter from SPED, previous RBT. Will all those help if it's consistent from 2024 to 2026? March 28th, I have a video showing he took off. Will it help or hurt me instead if I present it? Yeah, of course. Put that. So he's 4 years old. To be completely honest with you, yes, it can help, but it does matter a lot what is written on those letters, like the wording that they're using, how are they explaining the behaviors, are they giving reasons for the behaviors, right? There's a lot more that entails the details of all these documents that I don't know at the moment, because I don't know the information that's on there that can help or hurt the case. Because then there's you can say, yes, I have letters from doctor, letter from ABA, letter from this reports, that report. But then you look into the letters and then you realize that the ABA is saying, yes, he has these behaviors, but he has progressed and he's not really having these behaviors, or he has these behaviors, but only when he's upset. That information will hurt the case. So it just depends on the details that's written in the information on that. Is what matters. It sucks, but it's just unfortunately, it doesn't matter how much information you have. It's the quality of the information is what matters. So I hopefully with the little details. So I'm not too sure. It can help if it's written in a way that it's going to support protective revision. So if there's giving behaviors and focusing on that, because I've also a really common, thing as humans, we have emotions, right? So we always write from an emotional perspective, and we always say, yes, so is such a great kid. He's so smart. He loves to do this, loves to do that. Gives all this information about them. And then when it comes down to the actual behaviors, they say, yes, he does this, but only when he's upset. And yes, he'll elope, but only because he wants to go to the ice cream truck. And he does this, they give reasons for everything, right? And at a certain point, it is true, the information, he does go outside when there's an ice cream truck, but then they forget about the unexpected times, right? When he does go outside as well, because there's no reason, he just randomly, there was no ice cream truck, no nothing, and he just left, right? So it's all in the details of what's written in the letters, in the reports, that can either help your case or hurt your case. I have an appeal. What can I do? At this, let me see. So you can't. So I guess they took away protective revision because of that. Unfortunately, if he's still in the classroom and he still is in the alone in the classroom, there's nothing you can do, not unless that changes and he is supervising the classroom. Then in the appeal, they won't, because when you're appealing the assessment, right? You're appealing that time period of what happened at that time. So if he was independent and he was going to the classroom alone, even though you waited for him outside, if he was alone in the classroom and nothing really changed, then unfortunately they did remove protective supervision appropriately. And so appealing it is not gonna really make a difference, because what the changes that are gonna happen are in the future, right? So when you do the appeal, unfortunately, it's not gonna do much. At this point, you pretty much have to try to get protective supervision back for him and make those adjustments, where he can be supervised in the classroom while he's in lecture. Tamara said, can you clarify, are we able to vacation out of state for a few days? Yeah, of course. So you can definitely vacation out of the state. When it comes to IHSS, you can be in Puerto Rico and Mexico, wherever you go, and you can still, as long as your child is with you and you're still working, you can still claim hours. But yeah, you can definitely vacation out of the state for a few days. You have a maximum of 30 days to be out of the country. Now, if you're by yourself and, without the recipient, then no, you cannot claim hours. But if your husband is home with your child, he can claim the hours. If you're both providers, you won't claim hours, but then he can claim the hours. So then you can just say, oh no, I'm going to be out. So they'll put your account on leave, as a provider. You won't have access to them, but the other provider can have access to them. So that's another alternative. If you guys, if just one is going and the other one is staying, then that person that's staying can keep working, right? And then the other one can take the break and you guys can switch. But yeah, you can definitely take vacation. Allison said, same, and it is more time, more work, and more unknowns. Yeah, that is true. Okay, so Teresa said, if someone has PS, they can be left alone for short periods of time if they are safe. For instance, if the caregiver needs to shower or run next door to ask a question of the neighbor, there is not a time limit give. Okay, so there is no time limit. However, there is a regular planned time to leave them alone. You are technically agreeing that they are safe to be left alone, and IHSS will remove PS.
If there's a regular time to leave.
Oh, if there is a regular planned time to leave them alone, you are technically agreeing that they are safe to be left alone, and IHSS will be removed. Yes. Thank you. Okay, so it might have been an example that I saw that I thought of the 30 minutes. Thank you for that. And Yoon said, thank you for going live and your supports. Thank you guys for the support and for being here with me and interacting with me. Tamara said, thank you for the clarification. He wants to go to a few specific places so bad, Lego, Discovery, etc., but we've been hesitant to travel out of state. Yeah, no, definitely you can go. Just communicate with your social worker. I know sometimes they have a little, so they have their way of doing things sometimes. So it's still along the same lines, let them know, because they're going to want to know where you're going, the dates. And I think they also ask you for a backup contact or something like that. From assessments that I've been in and just information that I've gathered. I gotta stay hydrated. It's so funny because I was telling you guys that I do Facebook Live, but I do it in Spanish. I'm always drinking water, so just throwing it out there. I gotta, especially now that it's getting warmer. My my want for drinking water is coming back. And In the winter, I'm like, oh, it's horrible.
It's
I'm,
pulling teeth.
yes, it's literally pulling teeth trying to drink water. But okay. Continuing with this. So now I'm going to give you guys some, like, talking about what Tamara was saying, specific places. So there is places in California all over the state that you guys can go vacation. And then it says right here, here are some options across the state that provide accommodations like quiet spaces, sensory guides, and specially trained staff that are, these are certified cities and regions. So this is actually going to be really cool to share with you guys. So one place that is super welcoming to neurodiverse travelers it's called Greater Palm Springs. Yes, I said that right. Recognized as a certified autism destination, the first in Southern California, staff in various locations are trained to accommodate sensory sensitivities. So let's see what this place is, because I don't even know. Greater Palm Springs.
And if anybody else has ideas, they could put.
Yeah, if anybody knows of places that you've already been to with your child or your loved ones, share it with the group. Let us know what worked out for you guys and also what didn't. Like, maybe there are some places that you're just like, oh, I'm never gonna go here again with my child. It was a worst idea, worst experience. So maybe you can help families out so they can, not go. So either or. Yeah, so there's Greater Palm Springs. It's like a resort, I want to say. They have, it's a resort. They have a lot of water activities that you can do. What is this? I saw a giraffe, so I clicked on it.
Yes, the Living Desert Zoo Gardens is connected.
Oh, the Living Desert Zoo Gardens are there, so you can see giraffes and a lot more other animals. Kangaroos. What else? I don't know. I can't see this.
Oh, no. I got kangaroos on.
Yeah, so this looks like a really relaxing and fun place. It's in the desert. Yeah, it's in Palm Springs.
They offer sensory bags containing fidget tools, noise canceling headphones, and other resources.
They said, what did you say? Sensory toys?
They offer sensory bags containing fidget tools, noise canceling headphones, and other resources.
Okay. Yeah, so a few things. They give you sensory bags that have fidget tools, noise canceling headphones. Mm-hmm. They also have weighted blankets, sound machines, and these sensory bags. Yeah, and then they have a low sensory pool area that, and then they also, I guess certain areas have sensory bags. So like this one says that the low sensory pool lends you a sensory bag with weighted blankets and sound machines. And so I guess probably the bag that Teresa's talking about is probably like
that one's connected to the zoo. It's right.
It's connected to the zoo. So I guess different areas of the resort gives you different bags. Heidi, if you want to share a little bit more about your experience, because Heidi said that she she said the Living Desert is really cool. My son loved it. So another one is Living Desert. Why am I saying dessert?
Desert Zoo.
I think I want ice cream. I'm just kidding. Desert. This is the problem of being bilingual. My brain just doesn't work well. Or it overworks sometimes when it's like very basic stuff. Another one that is very welcoming is Visalia. It's in the Central Valley, and it's the first tourism organization in California to be recognized as a certified autism center. They are working to provide more certified autism centers, hotels, and family-friendly attractions, and offer social stories to help families prepare for their visit to the area, including nearby Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Park. That's actually really cool. Another one it's called Slow Cal in San Luis Obispo County, a sensory-friendly destination promoting a customizable menu of thrill and chill experiences. It includes high sensory ziplining to very low sensory meditative walks and quiet piers. So there's a lot of Veronica says, would you add the link to these places? Yeah, after we can make a post and link these to our Facebooks, and then you guys can click on the links. Definitely. Alrighty, we have a question. Michelle said, my husband, our IHS provider, is our IHS provider, but we both take care of our daughter as her parents. Do we need to split her hours and register? He's obviously not always here, but we both fully take care of her. I mean, that is there can be two providers. So that is entirely up to your guys' discretion if you want to be a provider as well. Or if you even just want to switch over to you, if you're, it really, I don't think it has an effect in any way or form. But it's up to you guys. Just know that recipients are allowed to have more than one provider. I've seen where it's, 3 providers and they're just splitting the hours evenly, but that's more so just so that everybody can have a job, but that it's siblings and parents as well. So I guess it's up to your situation and whatever works best for you guys. But yeah, just that there is an option where you can become a provider and you guys can split the hours. Heidi said, if you go early, you can feed the giraffes, walk around the whole place is soothing, and they have small trains that display. Oh, that's cool. Visit Visalia. The other one is Greater Palm Springs. So Teresa's actually copying
right now.
copying the links right now. And putting them on here for you guys. So these are more like resort type places. And so now I'm going to go into theme parks and major attractions. Yay! I love theme parks. They're my favorite thing in the world, especially Six Flags. I'm a thrill seeker. Alrighty, so the first one on my list is called Sesame Place San Diego. And this is a certified autism center. This park is certified autism center. Accommodations offers 2 quiet rooms with adjustable lighting and a comfortable seating. Staff receive specialized training. You can use the Magic Cube pass to skip long lines as well. So
Where was that?
Sesame Place, San Diego. So I wonder if it's like, I don't know why it made me think of Sesame Street. Oh yeah, it is.
Is it?
Yeah, it's related to Sesame Street. It's literally like Sesame Street theme park.
Wow.
That's actually really cute for like the little ones.
That's great.
No, it's okay. It's okay, Heidi. Yeah, so Sesame Place, I mean, that's what I grew up watching. That actually is really cute for your little ones. Or really, there's no, I guess, age limits or anything like that, but yes. All right, the next one we have is Legoland, California. I know that Tamara mentioned a little bit about Legoland or Lego. Yeah, right, Legoland. Yeah. Oh, it's Lego Discovery. Yeah, so Legoland is also, it provides sensory guide that rates each ride based on how it may affect the 5 senses. That's actually really cool. Accommodations offers earplugs, sensory room for quiet time, and a Blue Hero Pass for expedited access to attractions. The next one is Disneyland. They offer disability access service pass to help guests avoid lines and provide break areas. I know Disney can be very overwhelming, even for adults. A few times I've gone, I'm just like, oh my God, this is insane. But it's fun. But yeah, so I know that they have the disability pass that you can use so you don't have to wait in line, and especially because we all know those lines are massive. All right, we got a heads up. Tamara says Sesame Place has a large water park as well. Oh, that's really cool. And she said the heads up though, the sensory room at the front of Sesame Place is directly below a very loud speaker system and is not quiet at Okay, that kind of defeats the purpose of a quiet room.
I said,
I think they need to work on their structure a little bit of where they have things set up. Okay, so maybe Sesame Place is for quiet, like if your child gets overstimulated by noises or is very sensitive to noises, maybe this isn't the theme parks are probably not the best place to take them, in general. But yeah, so another theme park is Six Flags. Both are certified autism centers. Oh, they're talking about the Hurricane Harbor in Concord and then the Magic Mountain in Valencia. So
okay, all of them.
SoCal and NorCal. Yeah, I've heard about the Hurricane Harbor in Concord. I've heard really good stuff about that one. For the people that are up here in NorCal. They said they offer sensory backpacks at the guest relations, which include noise canceling earmuffs, stress balls, fidget toys. Guests with IBCCES, I'm not too sure what that stands for, can receive necessary accommodations at Six Flags Hurricane Harbor. Let's look up what is IBC. Or I just lost a word. There it is. Okay, so it doesn't tell me what that is. Oh, it's the International Board of Credentialing and Continuing Education Standards. That's very long.
So they have some kind of a certification.
Yeah. No, it says guests with an IBCCES individual accessibility card can receive necessary accommodations at Six Flags Hurricane Harbor. So you have to have this accessibility card in order to get accommodations in Six Flags Hurricane Harbor. And I'm guessing you get it through the international board. IBCCES. Does anybody have that, and how easy is it to obtain it? Heidi said Belmont Park, San Diego.
Okay.
You go to the website and you get a card. Oh, thank you, Kathina. That's simple, right? Well, I'm glad they don't make it complicated, because I mean, just, public programs is already complicated as it is. IBCCES is the access pass for Universal Studios and other theme parks to allow for accessibility accommodations. Okay. Awesome. Thank you, guys. Zoo and aquariums. The first one on my list is Santa Barbara Zoo. Provides sensory backpacks for guests and has dedicated quiet zones mapped out on the grounds. They host special autism safari nights and sensory activities. Oh my gosh, these words don't want to come out. It is easy to get it and you can download immediately. That's so good. Really convenient. So like if you need it the next day or something like that. I'm guessing, yeah. Okay. Okay, the next one, I have the Aquarium of the Pacific Long Beach one. Certified by Culture City, this location offers special autism family nights to provide a quiet environment. Says we had to apply in advance and provide documentation. Oh, okay. So it does take probably a little bit. Santa Barbara Zoo. All right, the next one is the San Diego Zoo and the San Diego Zoo Safari Park. They're both certified as sensory inclusive venues by Culture City. What's Culture City? See, I'm also learning as I'm doing this. You learn something new every day.
I want to go to all these places.
Culture City is a nonprofit organization which trains staff at venues and then certifies venues which have sensory inclusive modifications. Oh, that's so good. Okay.
So which was that one?
San Diego Zoo and the San Diego Zoo Safari Park. to plan in advance. And the last one on my zoo and aquariums list is the Los Angeles Zoo and Botanical Gardens, also certified by Culture City, providing sensory bags. I love that they provide sensory bags. I didn't know a lot of these places did sensory bags like this. That's really, really cool. And lastly on my list, I have museums and cultural centers, Balboa Park, San Diego, home to 18 museums. The Fleet Science Center hosts early morning, quieter, sensory-friendly sessions every third Saturday. Other museums have created social stories to preview the experience for our visitors. So that's really cool. Another one is the Segerstrom Center for the Arts, Costa Mesa. They host special sensory-friendly shows where attendees can move around, use electronic devices for communication, and bring in food or fidget devices. So they're a little bit more flexible with what you can bring into the center.
And which one was that?
The Segerstrom Center for the Arts, Costa Mesa. And lastly, we have the National History Museum in Los Angeles, recommended for weekday mid-morning for visits for a quieter experience. And then some outdoor options. There's quiet spots at the beach in the Marina del Rey, northern Malibu, like El Matador and Leo Carrillo, and then hiking trails in Griffith Park. Actually, I was born and raised in SoCal. I used to go to Marina del Rey all the time. It's such a relaxing beach. Marina del Rey is awesome. I don't know about now. This was also like really long time ago. So, alrighty, guys. So that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed all the recommendations, and thank you to you guys that helped out with some of the recommendations and giving your feedback of some of the places you've been here. Other than that, I'm gonna let you guys go. I hope you guys have a good weekend. Take care, and I don't know when I'll see you guys again, but have a good weekend. Take care. Bye.